Help me destroy this winch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it.
No, I killed Ludwig. Your scheme is over.
I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves.
Me? Was it you who told the steel growth about the path to the garden?
Me, specifically?
Yes.
No. I only provided them access to material from the living archives.
So it was you.
The books and records that the novice brought to them were what revealed the secret. By the way, is that novice still alive?
She's in prison.
I see. And what of the steel garrote? Should I assume they're all dead as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The steel garrote was taken by the Dream Scourge. I had to... you're the one who orchestrated the theft in the living archives.
Guilty as charged. I was the one guiding Dolna. Mihala's sin is that despite her preoccupation with traditions and oaths, she has no curiosity. I had all the time to figure out what books I needed to acquire for the steel garrote. Then I had Dolna, our young novice, steal them from the archives for the steel garrote. I assume you didn't let the steel garrote or the Inquisitor survive their search.
No. No. They were gonna storm the key. You don't know them like I do. They had to be stopped.
I could have used them. I could have fixed everything. But you've done me a favor in a way. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man.
No one should be bound to a pile of stones. Certainly not because of a centuries-old oath.
Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath.
This isn't what Nandru lied about the oath. The garden is a secret prison for a god. You're just the jailers. Mihalis asked me to... Marius?
Well, he has a point. But it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandru. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
Agreed. 100% agreed. This isn't... Yeah, Nandru lied to you, by the way.
Then my conviction only grows stronger, Envoy. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
Listen, she asked me to stop you.
Ha! Finally! Proof she's got a spine. Well, Envoy, now's your chance. Are you going to be a good little minion and do as she asked? Or will you let me save my people from themselves?
I don't think you're actually letting... I don't think you're saving your people.
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
I want the people to have a choice.
Let's go.
Oh, no, you don't.
Whack 10!
This. Okay. This.
Over here, everyone!
Like, no. Literally, people are terrified and dying. What they need is their home. And the choice to leave if they want.
Don't die.
Okay, well, come get him.
Still recovering.
Ihaise!
Take a moment, people.
What is this? Solace Keep was an ambitious undertaking. Under Nandru's guidance, leadership, and determination, it was finished. A beacon that stands proud as a symbol of the Pargrunan living within its walls. With this done, Nandru presented to us an even greater challenge, floating foundry. Massive facility built atop a river of lava. Many wardens lost their lives securing construction sites, and many more died during the foundry's construction. Sacrifices, while tragic, were not in vain. The floating foundry was erected, bringing with it arms and armor of unparalleled quality. Unfortunately, the foundry did not last long. Less than 8 years after its construction, tragedy struck. An eruption caused the river to swell, and none were able to make it to the sluice gate in time. Now only ruins remain. Though it is gone, many foundries fall serve. May the foundries fall serve as a reminder to all of us that unchecked ambitions will lead to ruin. These are the final words of the first elder monk. Guide me on my journey. Listen, I don't agree with Nandru, the reason for Solace Keep, or anything like that. I don't even like the fact that people have to stay here, but I'm also against not giving people the choice to do what they want to do. So I think that the keep should be saved, and I think people should have the opportunity to leave if they want. Like, they need to work up their own courage to leave, and hopefully through all of this we'll be able to talk some sense into them about that. But nobody's home should be destroyed by lava like this, because somebody thinks that that's what everybody wants.
Solace is safe. Thank the gods.
And Marius wanted this.
That's that.
Okay. There it is, right? No? Hold on. Map. Oh. So if I save here... Okay, and I go up, will this let me quickly go talk to her so I can tell her and then go through? I think so, which would be great. And then I'll quickly go to camp. Yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, good.
It's a magnificent keep. I just hope it doesn't become their prison.
Same. But it'll be their choice, not ours. This Solace Keep. Let's go here. Quickly do the 2-second chatting. Go see Mihala, and then go through the garden. It'll be time. I'm very curious. Yeah, hey!
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunan will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
That's what I agree with.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Kostya's plan was mad. Destroy Century's old keep in a way of living, leaving survivors stranded. With Solace standing, those who want to leave can, and those who want to stay still have the choice.
Exactly.
The Pargrunan have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now.
But you were the one who trusted that he was doing the right thing. I still think letting Solace stand was the right choice.
You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
Wow.
Enough talking in circles. Let's save our strength for the garden. I, for one, could use a long rest. And I'm betting the envoy could, too.
Let's hope I make better decisions. Talk about passive-aggressive. Rest up. We'll talk later.
Right. Looking forward to it.
Like, literally, was that even our place? Kai's the only one that does not want to talk.
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the living lands is incompetent. Truly. is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too.
Yeah, are you mad that I'm surprised that you wanted to burn down the keep.
Well, of course, I'm not suggesting it's always a fix for issues. But those poor Pargrunen are clearly prisoners of their traditions. I think getting rid of the keep could have helped more than they realized. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaru.
Might have to keep an eye out, see that he doesn't take lessons. Yeah, might have to keep an eye on, see that he doesn't take lessons from this council.
Well, Fjord has already been burned to the ground, so that's half the work already, I suppose. Barrett's balls. What a nightmare. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going.
You're the
How
one who
can I help, darling?
You're the one who wanted to talk. I gotta go.
Don't
Okay.
let the bedbugs bite, dearie.
I won't. What up?
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace.
I still do.
It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why?
I couldn't watch another. The wardens should decide for themselves whether they want to leave or not.
I agree. A decision like this belongs to the community, not the ambitions of one man. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You give me too much credit.
Or perhaps you don't give yourself enough. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you,
Thanks.
but at least you keep things interesting.
I'll talk to you soon.
If
Hey.
I must.
Envoy?
What up?
Blacked out at that Audra and the lava tubes beneath Solace. But it seemed different somehow.
It was. I spoke to Nandru.
Right. I actually believe you.
Crazy, huh?
This is madness, Envoy.
I know.
You spoke to the founder of Solace.
I did. Yeah, I did. He was a bit of an asshole.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
There we are.
People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man. Doesn't even really matter what he said, if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunen who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Blessed stay impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need?
Nothing. I'll talk to you soon.
If I must.
Wait.
Kai, Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike.
I did.
Same as you.
Yep.
What did he say? Any advice?
No.
Any words of encouragement?
He compared me to a tormented beetle in a jar.
Not the inspirational speech we were hoping for then. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands.
Yeah, it is. There's no reason I can't have... Not as long as my soul tethered to the... What if Zapadal is as bad as Nandru says?
What happened to Nandru was ages ago. Plenty of time to reconsider one's choices. No one is closer to Zapadal than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died. Which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts.
Thank you. Has suffered too. I can't blame them for acting irrationally.
A caged animal lashes out at friend and foe alike. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Zapadal, it can't get any worse.
Don't say
I
that.
wish I could say the same for the living lands.
Don't say that. I'll talk to you soon. All right,
Pleasant dreams.
you too. Anybody else? Anybody?
I wanted to thank you. You've been a really good friend to me, and I appreciate it.
Something on your mind, Marius?
Running into Iancu reminded me that I did have friends of...
Aw, They do love each other. Okay. Real quick, we're gonna quickly go see and see if I can influence what happens in the Living Lands now, or here. Like, I want to see if I can influence her decisions and, like, or Callie can rather, as the envoy, and just be like, look, this happened for a reason. You have to let your people make decisions for themselves. That's the only way that this works. So that's kind of what I'm hoping will happen. And then it's time. I think, where's everybody? Where are all the people? Are they gone? Oh, goodness. It's hot.
Cook is complaining about a lack of ingredients again.
Oh, Cook is
Never
complaining.
been happier to see the keep
I
standing
told
tall.
you. I knew that Adirin was a blessing.
It's their home. Taking somebody's home, like, if we had let him burn the keep to the ground, would we have been any better than Ludwig? I don't know. That's the one thing nobody really mentions. And I don't know.
Yes.
Hey, can we talk?
What happened, Adirin? Is everyone all right?
The keep and many of your people are safe. Yeah, you need to know something. Your oath to Nandru was a lie.
It doesn't matter. An oath is an oath. I swore it, and so did my people. Tell me about the keep instead.
Really? It's fine. I could go back and destroy it if you'd prefer. He kept the truth from you. He only wanted you to watch the garden to imprison a god.
I don't care, envoy. Keep your blasphemies to yourself. Tell me about the keep.
It's fine. I could go back and, for better or for worse, it remains intact.
It is all I can ask for. Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home.
Yeah, it could have all been avoided if you weren't so stubborn.
Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently. Marius, could I speak to you?
Right, did she just ask that?
Yeah.
Or am I having another nightmare?
Nope, that's real. That is real. No matter what, we have your back.
Good. Let's save the hugs and tears for another time.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right, waiting for the but.
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
That was kind.
It was a true thing.
Okay. Well, hell has frozen over, I think is what we have all learned. So, you know what? It's just time to go to the garden. We did the best we could for them. We gave them, now they have the choice, and they're not being forced out of their home and into the desert or into anything. They have that option. And now it's time to, head in. I can't lie. I'm a little afraid. Can't be that. Wait, no. Where's the... Wait, what? Oh, wait. The path to the I thought... What? Hold on. What? Did I do that wrong? Did I just embarrass myself in front of you and everybody else? This... Oh, it's a... Oh. Oh, thanks, girl. I appreciate you doing that for me. Okay. Big save. What's in here?
Closer. We have waited so long.
Okay. So, you will not be able to return. Okay. So, this is it. This is the point of no return. We did it. We made it. Yay. No. No. Okay, let's go meet Audra in the flesh. Say hi, give her a hug, all that.
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. He had no right to make that decision for everyone.
Right. It's better that an Adiran envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
At a time of change and strife, we felt this discord in the island itself. Maybe curing the dream scourge will cure the island's insanity. Yeah, we'll go with the Court Augur.
I guess that's why you and Sapadal are due for a heart-to-heart. Or whatever you have with a god.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
I don't relish having our very souls peeled down to the core, one fleeting memory at a time. Yeah, good point. We'll be the first to enter the garden in ages.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
No, not if they're not the fun kind. I don't want yeah, pinch the bridge nose. That's great. Thanks, Yatsli. You're saying there's a chance we'll become raving lunatics.
Sanity won't get us through the garden. Madness opens the mind to discovery. So madness is what we need right now. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something.
What's up?
You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal. Set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan?
That's the plan until I change my mind.
You're as unpredictable as ever. Not that I disapprove.
Why, thank you.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in.
Thank you, actually. Any more words of wisdom?
Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature, if you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Oh, great. Does anyone feel like turning back? It may take a while.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilichi, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilichi that I missed out on the most exciting part.
That's fair. All right, we're in this together. Thank you, everyone. I don't say that enough.
And you don't have to. We pull together, and that's plenty.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
Yeah, we can't. Oh my god, can you imagine? So we have our own camp here. I am not on a map. This is weird. Anybody
How to know when to be quiet.
No, so just you.
What a lovely gift to find on my pillow.
From Marius?
Oh, interesting. I suppose that's a
I
good skill to
knew it
master.
was gonna be from Marius.
So,
Yeah.
this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long, I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Why am I so anxious?
Because this is a big thing. It's a big, scary thing. You were feeling lost after Emerald Stairs, and this place gives you hope.
You may be right. When I gave up, I stopped worrying so much. And now that we're here, it's obvious I don't know what I want anymore.
That's
Do
normal.
you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan?
Yeah, it's a power's invention.
That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it.
Yeah, hopefully we can fix things. We don't have much time to decide.
And only one chance to get it right. My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did. To an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything.
Including a better world. You get to decide what to do with your life. The past has no say. The family, but you are more than worthy. Whatever you need, I'm here.
Of course you are. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it.
Do you know any stories about the garden?
Well, that depends. I know a few spooky stories about the living lands. They may or may not have anything to do with the garden.
I want a spooky story.
Okay. But if something goes bump in the night, I'm waking you up.
Really?
Let
Tell me all of them,
think
then.
a good one. There are so many, I can't decide. Which do you want to hear first? I know one about a ranger's dream, one about a haunted well, and one about a golden city.
I want to hear about the Golden City.
Many years ago, when Fior Messiverno was barely a dot on the map, an Animancer got lost in the wilderness. He came upon a pair of ancient trees, their trunks and branches intertwined. A strange light shone in the space between the trees, and beyond that light, a city of gold. So the Animancer returned with an axe to chop the trees apart and fit his body through the narrow gap. But with every blow of his axe, the towers of the Golden City fell. The walls crumbled, the lights flickered out. By the time he made it through, there was nothing left. Only the bones of a once mighty civilization. As for the two trees, they were dead, hacked to splinters, leaving him no path back the way he came.
What happens next?
The end of one story, and perhaps the beginning of another.
What do you mean?
It's very strange. I can't remember who told me that story, and no one claims to have heard it before.
That's odd. Can I hear another?
Of course. Which one did you have in mind?
That story is weird. Like, that story was very weird. Tell me about the ranger's dream.
One sunny day, a ranger took a nap in the woods of Emerald Stair. He awoke to a forest of dead trees, the night sky full of unfamiliar stars. After getting his bearings, he walked in the direction of Fior Messiverno, but the settlement was gone. In its place was the most beautiful garden, hills bursting with flowers, the grass as soft as Valiant silk. Enchanted by this vision, he bent to pick a rose, but its thorn cut like a knife, severing 3 fingers. Then, a voice filled his head, shouting, "Go now, before the land takes you, body and soul." He awoke in his own bed, a wilted rose clutched in his 2-fingered hand.
Oh. Can I hear another?
Of course. Which one did you have in mind?
These aren't really spooky, but I am enjoying them. I didn't think I was gonna get bedtime stories.
Once upon a time, a young girl left town to fetch water from the local well. After pulling up the rope, she discovered the head of a Delimgan, one of the tree folk, staring at her from the bucket. "Return me to my grove," it said, "and I will grant you 3 wishes." So she carried the head into a peaceful clearing and sat it down on a tree stump. First, she wished for long life. The head granted her wish. Second, she wished to be impervious to a sword blade. Granted. And finally, she wished to know what happens after we die. No one ever saw her again. All they found was an Adra pillar in the middle of a clearing, next to an old stump.
Wait, did she become the Audra Pillar? Oh, that was... These stories have a consistent theme.
Very perceptive. What do you think it is? I have my own opinion, but I'm curious about yours.
Mortal should not reach... Beware of nature, it punishes the careless. Don't pursue what you don't understand. Beware of nature?
That is true of many places, not just the living lands. These stories might not shine any light on the garden, but they could inform the way we think about it. First, the garden is beyond all mortal understanding. If you think you're safe here, you're not. And second, when you walk into the unknown, make sure to bring a friend.
Oh, good thing I'm bringing all of you. Good thing we have each other.
Indeed. I couldn't have made it this far on my own. Hey, you're a good listener. Not everyone has the patience to hold their questions to the end. Alas, that is all I can tell you about the garden. For now, at least.
Well, I can't wait to see what you, think of next.
Who could rest at a time like this?
When you find Sapadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place.
I will. I promise. There's something beautiful amidst this chaos.
And you've got to enjoy it where you can find it.
Agreed.
Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse.
It's grown around her like a cocoon.
Let's hope they don't have any nightmares while we're here.
Yeah.
Judging from their outbursts at Mount Forja and Nakukubel, they're skewing towards the danger in that mix.
Talk about compassion and forgiveness. I believe we can change things for the better. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I've heard that one before. Usually before a lot of tears, a lot of drinks, and a lot of, I should have known better. Still, you taught me that a person can grow beyond their flaws. Why wouldn't the same be true of a god? I hope you're right, because we are all in trouble if you're wrong.
Yeah. Knowing you, I'm surprised you're not in favor of giving her a second chance.
You know, if Sapadal were only a smuggler, assassin, or bandit, I'd be right there with you. But knowing they could end us all with a temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess we've all got our limits. And I don't envy you having to deal with a loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have when we escape this place.
After I'm just preparing to remote cabin for a year, yeah.
I hate to burst your bubble, but I don't see how that's gonna happen. While we're tracking down your god, things are heating up between your Adiran comrades and the locals.
Yeah, that.
The Steel Garrote leveled fewer.
I know.
Even if Animancers aren't the most popular bunch, everyone gets nervous when fields burn.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Heelguard banned the practice in Paradise.
Yeah. And that was indefensible.
That's mighty principled of you, but your moral stance isn't going to cool any tensions.
I know.
Not a field guard still bringing soldiers into Paradise by the shipload. And that's not all. You helped Ludwig destroy Nakuku Bell. And while most people don't give a tarnished skate for godless ruins, they'll see that as a powerful demonstration of siege weaponry.
We stopped a bunch of dream thralls. The alternative would have been worse. Again, Steel Garrote. Yeah.
Again, people won't see a difference, not when your groups have been working so closely. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time.
Technically, indirectly, the Steel Garrote's fault. It's a volcano. We can't be blamed for a volcano.
You'd be surprised where people
God.
can find blame when they're spun up.
I know.
And it looks real bad when a Steel Garrote force just so happened to be there when it went down. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Hilgard's been helping matters while you've been out here.
I know. So tensions are high and everyone out there is well armed. What about it?
If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy.
I was sent to stop a plague. The people of the lands deserve freedom. I won't help anyone subjugate them.
I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. I lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this.
No matter what?
No matter what. Hey, it's not like you could possibly make the mess we're in worse, right?
Thanks, Kai.
Anytime.
Good night.
Good night, Envoy.
All right. So, Kai is 100% ride or die.